show, No Land. Welcome, man. Welcome. Episode 3. Episode 3. Episode 3. Episode 3 of Fragrance University, man. Y'all ready? Y'all ready, chat? Because we got a special guest coming on the live. We have the Scent Bubble. We have the Scent Bubble, guys. We got the Scent Bubble coming. We got the Scent Bubble. Let me go ahead and get So, chat. What's the scent of the day, chat? I'm trying to see my fragrances. I'm trying to pick the one I'm gonna do in this video. I mean, this stream. In this stream. Let's see. I don't know, y'all. Which one should I pick? Let me see. I know which one I'm gonna do. We're gonna do versatile fragrances. We're gonna do versatile scents. Let me get that out. Brainless YouTube, how you doing? Y'all, episode 3. We got a special guest coming. Special guest coming on live. Let's see. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Scent Bubble. Welcome to Fragrance University, man. This episode 3, y'all already know, man. The episode 1 and 2 definitely was successful. Man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. But tonight we got the one and only Scent Bubble. Man, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? I always just say I am your host, the Scent Bubble. Been rocking now for a little over a year, based out of Arizona, bringing you straight heat, man. We leave no rock unturned, bro.
Oh yeah.
Cheapies, clones, dupes, inspirations, designer, niche. I'm on a niche kick right now. As far as the last 3-4 months, we've been doing niche only, but. If you look at my channel, man, we drop every single day, like 2-3 videos a day for the last year straight. So we try to give content to everybody wherever they're at in their fragrance journey, whether they're getting started or whether or not they got their nose up in the air, popping champagne, thinking they know what they're doing. We do it all, man. So I'm here. We've been in for about a year. We're pushing like almost 2,300 subs, almost about to hit my 1 million views, and about to keep it pushing.
Yes, sir. Hey, let's do it, man. Let's do it. So, all right, in this episode, we're going to do our top 5, versatile.
Top 5 versatile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do versatile. Let's do versatile scent. Because I'm not going to lie, I was looking through my collection. I was like, I got a whole lot of versatile scents. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and, let's do versatile scents.
Okay.
So, you want to start it off? I'll let you start off.
Hey, listen, man, I wanted to do something special. So, like, this is the Scent Bubble, right? So,
yeah,
You never know what I'm gonna come with. I'm doing all kind of content. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a kink in it. We're gonna put a kink in it. So this is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 joints right here, right?
Ooh.
Now,
okay.
I tried to make it as versatile as possible based off of age, affordability, and obviously they're versatile. Most of these are spring, summer bangers, but I assure you they are all extremely versatile. So what I'm going to have you do is, Trey, I'm going to let you pick. So you just tell me what the bottle is that looks good to you, and I'll talk on it for my 5.
All right, let's see. Let's do the one with the wings, the green bottle back there. Yeah, that
one. Okay. Hey, that's a great choice. So listen, guys. By the way, what up, Gina? What up, Bryce? What up, Brainless? Okay, so let's start it off. Trey picked what I believe is in the top 3 best clones of 2024. This is inspired by Ganymede, and Ganymede is known as a scent for being basically 3 parts.
Okay.
Mineralic, which would be kind of like river water running through exotic rocks.
Right.
So it's not necessarily marine aquatic, but just picture cold water running through a bunch of different rocks. It's somewhat earthy, it's somewhat metallic, it's very nice. Violet leaf, which is going to be like a soft, slightly sweet floral. It's got a little bit of powder and a little bit of sweetness. And then fresh cut, clean suede.
Ooh.
We got exotic river water minerals, clean cut suede, slightly powdery, slightly sweet violet leaf. I love it because as I get older, I like my sweetness to be tucked. I like them to have to get close to start to, what's he smell like?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's cloning Ganymede, and this is Paris Corner, also known as Amir Celestial.
Celestial. Celestial. Okay. Yeah, I never seen that fragrance. I never got my nose on that.
No one really talks about it because Ganymede gets a lot of flack because a lot of younger people 30 and down feel like they can't wear Ganymede because the real Ganymede, the violet leaf isn't really pronounced. So all you kind of have is mineral rock and suede, which can feel very, it's almost like the first time you ever tried oud wood as a young guy. You're like, this is different, but I don't know if it quite fits me. You kind of have to, it kind of speaks to you or it doesn't. But with the clone, they really ramp up the violet leaf, which gives you a little more powder and a lot more sweetness. So picture like oud wood, but sweet. And and so I think it appeals ageless. Again, this fragrance is about $25, 100 ml. And I think it's the top 3 best clones of 2024. And I actually prefer this way more over the original. And I have the original. So I wear this. I'm already almost done with this bottle. And
so,
go ahead.
Okay. So would you top that over this one right here? You actually put me on this though. You actually put me on this, the scent bubble.
Talk to me.
This one right here.
Ooh, Cedrat Essence.
Would you take that over this one?
100%.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to tell you why, because I think it's important to know why. So, Cedrat Essence is a beautiful kind of green melon take on Cedrat Boisé, which a lot of people love, but they consider it sometimes. Some people say it's a bit old school, and some people say it's a bit mature. But there's a lot of sweetness in that fragrance, so I think that's why it still appeals to the younger audience. But what's nice about Cedrat Essence is with that green, sweet melon note, it makes the young people really love it because it almost feels like a different take on like an instant crush almost.
Yeah.
And so so that's a great fragrance, and I wouldn't look at it as this kills Cedrat Essence. I would look at it more like this smells like a scent that you
Mm-hmm.
100% would never have in your collection.
Right.
Whereas with Cedrat Essence, you can name a couple of fragrances that if you don't have that one, you have another one
Mm-hmm.
that kind of gives you that fix.
Right. Right.
So
So
it's not a
yeah.
better than, it's just if you have this, no one will smell like you, and nothing in
Right.
the collection will give you this vibe. And for that
Right.
reason, I would prefer it, but I wear both.
Okay. So like, what is that like a what, like, where would you wear that type of scent? Like, what occasion? Like I say, it's versatile. Of course, we know that, but would that be a scent to where like you can wear? Since you say you kind of get that. You say it does have sweetness in there, right?
Yes,
It does
very,
have sweetness.
very limited. I would say out of
Yeah.
10, it's probably 4 or 5 out of 10 sweetness.
Okay. So could you see yourself, okay, like wearing that as to like I would say I'm not gonna say a wedding occasion because nothing like that. But would you consider yourself wearing that like a date night, like a exotic date night type of scent?
This is one of the very few mineralic scents that I think it can go from casual all the way to formal, running
Right.
errands all the way to a funeral. And here's why:
Mm-hmm.
it has maturity to it,
Yeah.
it has uniqueness to it.
Okay.
And so you get maturity and uniqueness, but you have the most important thing also, which is freshness. If you
Right.
have a fresh scent, freshness automatically makes a fragrance more versatile. So then
Right.
it becomes, well, is it too heavy or is it too light? It's neither.
Right.
It's right down the middle. It's so
Right.
fresh that it can be treated I always tell people, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
know what this fragrance smells like, this smells like you just died and went to heaven's gates and you're waiting to see if you make it into heaven. You're sitting on a cloud, you're laying at the gates like, "Oh man, God, you took me. Did I make it?" And then the gates are sitting. I mean, doesn't this fragrance look like heaven's gate?
Nah, facts. It does. It's like the wall, like the bro. Like I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
that's a
this looks
beautiful
like a
presentation.
mirror. So this looks like celestial would be like on each of the gates on the top of
Yeah.
it. But yeah, it's so versatile because as a casual scent,
Mm-hmm.
smell like a sophisticated man with a light airiness. There's like a lot of
Right.
allure. There's a breathiness through it, but it can go
Right.
formal
Mm-hmm.
because it's so sophisticated
Right.
that it can fit any occasion. So honestly, I've worn this everywhere. The only thing I would say is that this is not a gym scent.
Mm-hmm.
You could go to school in this. You could pick your
Okay.
girl up. You could take her on a date. You could go to a movie. You can go to a restaurant. You could go to a funeral. You could go to a pool party.
Jesus.
Everywhere I wear this, it looks like an exorcism because people are like, this is
Oh
maximum
man.
and what I love about it is normally a head turning scent is pretty
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
Right. Nah,
You
facts.
think you think of
Facts.
all your sexy scents, they're candy sweet or luxurious sweet or they're floral sweet.
Lord.
This
Yeah.
is kind of sweet, but it's so tucked. It's
Mm-hmm.
so tucked that it's shocking a scent like this could give you just as much pull as Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé or Instant
Right.
Crush or any of the
Right.
Gucci Guilties. It has a lot of pull on
Mm-hmm.
it because for some reason, for a mineral suede scent, it's so sexy still. You know,
Right.
I think it's the most
Yeah.
perfectly balanced fragrance out there. And for that, you could wear it almost in every occasion except for the gym. In the gym, you
Okay.
would be doing a little too much because it's like, why are you trying to do so much? Aren't you trying to sweat
Right.
and work out? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, nah, that's nice. That's nice. So I'm not gonna lie. My first one, we got my versatile scent is this one right here.
Renaissance?
Sergio. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. I love this scent, man. This right here, it's a great minty. It starts off very minty in the opening, but like 30 minutes, give it about 30 to 45 minutes, it starts to get like a creamy, fresh, like dry down. And the crazy thing about it is when I was like, when I first didn't look at the notes, I didn't look at the notes or nothing like that. I was like, I kind of was getting like a creamy coconut or something. But when I looked at the notes, it did not have coconut in it at all. You know what I mean? So like this scent, I can wear this to a wedding. I can wear this to like I can wear this in a tuxedo. You know, this smells very rich, high quality, fragrance. I can wear this like I'm finna go on a $2.5 million yacht. You know what I mean? Like this scent right here smells amazing. And the thing about it, it kind of comes off a little bit too strong with the minty note. That's the only problem that I have with it, because it does come off a little too strong with that mint green, accords in there. But other than that, this scent right here definitely is a good scent. You know what I mean? So
with Renaissance, you can always tone it down. I would say I would spray heavier outside and lighter indoors. If you're inside, and another good thing with that fragrance is after you put it on, if you go outside for a second and just let some wind run over your body, it'll tame down all that citrus and all that mint. So once the fragrance calms down, it's very, very, very nice. But it's got that luxury feel, but it's got all that citrus. It's almost like an exotic lemonade type feel. You know what I mean?
Yo, I did not think about it. Exotic lemonade. Yo, that's a good way to explain it. Exotic lemonade. Yo, that's crazy. What the world? It does. It definitely got that exotic lemonade touch to it.
It's almost like you got a lemonade, but inside of it they put mint and slices of lemon and lime and just load it up with fruits.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even think of it that way. Now you got my mind like expanding in different ways to like I can describe a fragrance now. Like, nah, but that's crazy. I did not think of it like that. And like the crazy thing about it, when I bought that fragrance, which it was a blind buy. I can't say that. So I was really kind of skeptical. All right, it's 50-50. I'm gonna love it or hate it. You know what I mean? So it's like, so I just took the blind faith on it, got it, and I was like, yo, this actually do not smell bad. But when I first got it, it had to grow on me.
It's heavy. You have those, it's a fragrance. Like, some fragrances you put them on and they scream at you. It's like you got to deal with. It's like having a security guard like 7'2" right in front of you. Renaissance, for being a citrus fragrance, is it's got a growl to it. So I always encourage people with Renaissance, like, play with the fragrance a little bit. Like, try a few sprays. Can you still hear me?
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of going out just a little bit.
Sorry, somebody gave me a call. Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay, so I tell people, like, try spraying it under your shirt, not over your shirt.
Okay.
So that it can cut through a little bit and kind of separate.
Oh, yo, you hear me?
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so try a few sprays, a lot of sprays. Try putting it under your clothes. Try comboing it with a different fragrance. Maybe a little more earthy fragrance might tone it down. Like, play with your fragrances and really just see what makes sense for you. And I think it definitely depends on you. It definitely depends on, like, indoor, outdoor, what the occasion is and all that. But nonetheless, like, figure it out, because Renaissance is a cool fragrance, but it is a loud fragrance. So you got to figure out how it works for you.
Yeah. Hey, that is right. You're right. Appreciate you for the tip, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Because I've been trying to like find ways where fragrances I can layer it though. I can layer with it.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow up with you, man, since you playing with Xerjoff, all right?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit you with this.
What's that? What's
This
that?
is Xerjov's Casa Marati Mephisto.
Wait, that's from the same. Oh, at the top. Yep. Yep. Wait.
I took the tassel off because it annoyed the heck out of me. But listen, guys, I'm a paint it to you like this, guys. Versace Pour Homme? No.
Uh-huh.
Dolce and Gabbana Light Blue?
Uh-huh.
Nah. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum Parfum? Nah.
Uh-huh.
Aqua di Gio Profondo? Nah.
Uh-huh.
Listen, guys, when you talk about a blue fragrance, those are all great. They will
Right.
get you a lot of play. They're very versatile. But citrus is hard. Citrus is so easy to wear, but it's so hard to make original. Every time you smell a citrus fragrance, you can think of another fragrance that it reminds you of. Maybe you're smelling
Right.
Versace Pour Homme and you say, it makes you think, oh, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue or Mano Fraiche or you know what I'm saying? Like they
Right.
all have a competitor
Right.
that if somebody has that other fragrance, you don't really feel like you're missing out by not having that fragrance.
That fragrance, right.
If you have Bleu de Chanel, it doesn't matter what else everybody else is talking about. You feel like you've got your blue. It's a great blue.
Right.
I mean, shoot, we can talk Bleu de Chanel all day long, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, even if you don't have a designer and you have Club de Nuit Iconic as your Bleu de Chanel alternative, you feel like you've got a great blue, so you're not going to complain. But then you run into this fragrance right here. And this is the first time you in your life where blue will have a character to it that is nothing like anything you've smelled before. And I'm going to tell you why. I talk a lot about fragrances and dimensions. You ever heard of 2D, 3D, 4D, like
4D.
dimensional?
Yeah.
Right? And when you think about that, you think of like maybe like it has another aspect to it that has depth. So maybe you have height, but then you have width, but then you have depth, you know, whatever, right?
Yeah.
With fragrance, with a lot of designer sense, and it's the same thing for niche and clones, but with design especially because they're made to be mass appealing. Fragrances a lot of times are very linear, and so the only way that they have depth really is if they have other notes that you can make out. Like, oh, I smell some citrus and I smell some strawberry and I smell some woodiness. But those are all accords. That's one dimension, which is smell. What happens though when you introduce weather to a fragrance? And I'll explain. Maybe a fragrance not only smells a certain way, but maybe it smells wet or dry. Or incensey, or resinous, or airy, or cooling. That brings a different level of space. And then what happens when you have a fragrance where the notes feel spaced out, where it's like, I smell citrus up front, but then somewhere way in the back, I smell cedar. And because some fragrances, I'll tell you, some fragrances, when you go up to them, you can smell everything right here and you can figure out the fragrance. And then other fragrances, stuff is close and stuff is tucked off to where it creates scent space. And when you create space in your mind, it feels more like a vibe than a fragrance. Like you might smell a fragrance and it reminds you of your mom. You might smell a fragrance and it reminds you of the gym. You might smell a fragrance and it smells like the 1950s.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. That's true.
So that's what I like to call one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional, when you start playing with things other than accords. And this is why this blue is better than all of those blues. Even Dylan blue, even what are some other great blues that I think about?
Like YSL.
YSL, Aqua
Yeah.
Essenzial from Ferragamo. Those are all great blues. But what does
Mm-hmm.
this do? So you get you get coldness. You spray
Right.
this and you get a gust of cold air. The
Right.
smell of cold air is an accord. Okay.
Yo, that's right.
So that's the first thing.
Yo.
You get
Uh-huh.
cold air. And that's because the mint accord in here is just so textural that you get the smell of mint, but it also feels like an Arctic blast, like you're in Alaska in the snow. Then you get a blast of juicy citrus. It's not just tart, it's like you get 2 or 3 different citruses hitting you. It feels like some orange, it feels like some tangerine, feels like some lemon, but then there's like a pine green to it as well. So it's like a citrus basket with maybe some pine needles in it, and then this cold mint blast running through the fragrance. And trust me when I say that this blows out Elysium, Tigar, what's the other one? Elysium, Tigar, Imagination to me. All
Louis
those
Vuitton.
Imagination, Tigar, Elysium out the door. So
Ooh, I need that.
yeah, man, listen, when you put this on, you'll feel like you have the most unique blue fragrance of all time. It's so mass appealing. It gives you that
Yeah.
young man feel, but instead of using maturity to make the fragrance feel luxurious, they use the highest quality ingredients to make the fragrance feel expensive. So what I would call this is a luxury blue.
Yeah, I need that. So like
So
where
it doesn't matter what age you are. This is a luxurious blue where when people smell this, they'll get the Bleu de Chanel, the Tigar feel, the tropical fruit, not tropical like coconut, but tropical like citrus basket. They'll get that citrus blast, but then they'll get this Arctic mint cool blast through it. And then the high quality ingredients. You could wear this again anywhere but the gym. You would be doing a little bit too much at the, maybe if you went to the gym and you took a shower at the gym, you could put this on after as you walk out, and then all the girls are gonna, it's like like a bunch of flies around you. They're trying to swat flies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this to me is the most unique blue I've come across in a long time. Super versatile. You could wear it anywhere. I
So
don't really think blues should be formal. Like I think sometimes you could wear, maybe you could argue that you could wear like Bleu de Chanel or Ferragamo or Dylan Blue to a wedding or to a funeral, but you wouldn't be wearing it because that's the best for the occasion. You would be wearing it because you don't own a lot of fragrances, and those are the classiest ones you have.
Right.
But if you were picking a special occasion blue, this can go playful to luxurious, expensive blue, and anywhere you wear it, people will just flock to you. Xerjoff's Casa Marati Mephisto.
So where did you get that from? Like, where did you pick it up? Like,
you can get them anywhere, man. Just
anywhere.
Google Mephisto, and everybody will carry it. Some people might be out of it, but you can Max Aroma, Joma shop. You could third party it. You could get it anywhere, man.
Right. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Another one.
The crazy blue versatile for sure.
Yeah. So like another one which I recently got, and you just did a review. I seen you do a review, and when you said was it trash or pass, I'm not gonna lie.
Summer Mink.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hype up this fragrance and be like, yo, it's the best fragrance ever. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? But I do love this fragrance. I do. I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice scent. You get some fresh of like some bergamot in the opening, and then it transitions to a rose, soft, spicy, kind of like with some creamy vanilla, of course. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I wore this, scent bubble. I kid you not. I've talked about this on a live one day. I was at work one day, right? It was a group of girls behind me that was walking. So one girl had stopped me now mind you, it's a group of girls, and the girl had stopped me, and she was like, and she had asked me a question, something on the aisle, and I was like, "It's that way." So she was like, "You smell so good. I love you." I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, I don't know this. Literally, I don't know her at all. But I was like, bro, if this scent really can do this, like, it was crazy scent bubble. Like, it was. I was like, bro, did she really told me that she loved me? Like, I smell that good. Like, it was crazy, bro. But this one, man, I
That's
have
all
to
you
go
need
with.
is a compliment.
Nah.
That's all you
Yo,
need. And you get one compliment. I remember the first time I shaved my head, right?
yeah,
I was a freshman or sophomore in college, and I decided to shave my head, right?
yeah,
And I was like, if I'm gonna shave my head, I need to do it now. I don't want to be halfway through college and then I shave my head and it's like, oh dang, he shaved his head. I want to go into
right,
college like it was already how I was gonna be rocking, right?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember a girl came over to my house and she went like this over my head and she went, "You cut your hair." And then she said, "I love it." And that was all I needed to know.
Nah, facts,
As soon as she said,
facts.
"I love it," I said, "I don't care what anybody else thinks. If one person says I'm sexy, that's all I need.
Yo,
I don't care what.
that's it.
That's it." So, and I always say it
That's
like
it.
this. I always say it like this, bro.
Right.
Fra- Fragrance is one of those things where it's so subjective that
Yeah.
I could put a ton of energy, the same
Mhm.
energy I could put into a fragrance like this and tell you that this is trash.
Right.
Somebody else can put the same thing on and
Mhm.
have an incredible experience.
Right.
And
Right.
so when we listen to how people talk about fragrances, we can never let it stop us from trying fragrances and having our own experience because just as much energy as somebody can put into downplaying a fragrance,
Mhm.
it means nothing for you and your experience. So
Right.
one thing I
Right.
can say about summer mink is that women for sure love the fragrance.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was made to be a unisex, feminine leaning fragrance.
Yeah.
The vanillic, creamy, musky, the citrus just kind of elevates that lift of musk
Must.
and
Mhm.
creaminess. And so, I mean, that's what it's supposed to feel like wearing
Yeah.
a mink coat in the summer.
Yeah.
So, I, I always say this, man, it's a mass appealing fragrance meant to get you a lot of play and for women to
Right.
love it. And the fragrance does smell good. I will say that.
Yeah. It just the bad thing about it with me. See me. I love my fragrances. Like, I don't know how, about you, but me personally, I love my fragrance to actually like project. But I feel like this one was made really for close skin contact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to
Yeah.
be up close to really get the full, effect of this fragrance.
Yeah.
But other than that, I like it. But like I
I'm gonna
say,
ask you this: how many sprays do you put?
I'm not gonna lie. I low key overspray. I'm
Tell
not gonna
me,
lie.
what's
I low key
overspray to you?
overspray. I give it about 8 sprays, bro. Like 8 or 9.
I'm gonna tell you like this:
Yeah.
if you want that fragrance to project,
Yeah.
I I dare you to go 12 sprays and then go outside and let it sit for like 5-10 minutes and then go
Yeah.
about your day. You'll get your projection.
All right. Gotcha. Yeah, bro. Because I was like, man, I need this thing to project more. I'm
Yeah,
like,
if you're indoors, bro, I would say stay where you're at. But like if you're going
yeah,
and running errands and you're in the car and you're hitting the mall up and you're doing this and
yeah.
that, go 12, sit outside and let it sit down, and then you'll at least get about 3-4 feet.
Okay.
Because
Bad.
you don't need the projection to be crazy. Like three, four
Right.
feet is like if you even kind of walk by me, you're gonna be like, whoa. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then plus
Right.
you gotta think about it like this. When you overspray, it might
Hmm.
be heavy in the first hour, but then later in the day it sits perfectly. Whereas if you undersprayed it at about 3, 4, 5 hours, now your fragrance is like 1 foot of projection. So
yeah.
But yeah, listen, Summer Mink it's crazy. Like where I'm at in my journey, bro. I'm so hard to please right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm experiencing stuff I've never experienced before in fragrance. One thing that I like about how I approach reviews is I don't act like I graduated from a fragrance. Meaning, if I was wearing Bleu de Chanel, I will never say, "Don't buy Bleu de Chanel, buy Mephisto." I always, even if I don't like, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. If I smell a fragrance and I don't like a fragrance, I will try to find any reason to love the fragrance. And so, because at the end of the day, if I'm reviewing a fragrance, people listening to me are not me. So I like to think of anything about how this fragrance makes a person feel, not how I feel about the fragrance, so that they can separate what's like my opinion from what's like facts about the fragrance. And I think that's important. And I think whenever we say like, now granted, I'll say this on Summer Mink review, I was pretty aggressive, but that was kind of clickbait because I was being aggressive about the fragrance because I had seen like 20 people do reviews on it. And they were kind of clickbaiting because they had a Drake fragrance. So I'm like, my approach was kind of like, okay, guys, like, and that's why I compared the fragrance to like a lot of stuff in the designer world to try and let people know where I was at. But yeah, like I went a little crazy on that video.
Nah, I feel that.
I think I'm so transparent that people know when I'm not necessarily capping, but when I'm putting tax on something. Like, let me put it like this: I'm so transparent that people know when I'm being more passionate than factual. Like, because when I'm getting passionate, it's about me. When I'm being factual, it's about you. So so my thing is like I think I separate the two enough to where when it's like, okay, well, he just don't like it, but I should still try it. Versus like, no, he's actually telling me don't buy this, so
yeah, nah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, cause like with some of the fragrance that I get, you know what I mean? Like it's some fragrances in my collection that I wish I haven't got and I regret blind buying because I remember you telling me that, it's always better to first try the sample first instead of just spending your money just straight doing it. And the what it was, it's the what is it? It's the YSL Tuxedo clone that suits fragrance wear. Yes, I do not like that fragrance. I do not like that fragrance. So I'm probably gonna end up selling it or probably giving it away to somebody. I don't know. But man, when I smelled that fragrance, I was like, I just don't know. But they say the original is way much better. They say the original, the YSL Tuxedo is way much better. So I need to try that one. I should have tried that one first off instead of just trying it. But
there is a clone that I think annihilates every clone out there, and it's called Arabiat Al Oud. And it's basically YSL Tuxedo but heavy patchouli. So it has like a crazy spice to it. But I would say this, Trey, from what I know about your collection, you have a lot of sweet scents. So Tuxedo has to really earn your respect because you have a lot of sweet fragrances, and Tuxedo is a very sweet fragrance. So it would be hard for a fragrance like Tuxedo to impress you because you have 100 different versions of it in one way or another.
Right.
So sometimes it's about timing. Sometimes it's about like, would a fragrance fit in your collection? Are you bored of a certain style of fragrance because you have a lot of it? There's a lot
Yeah.
of factors that go into that. Because sometimes I write a fragrance off that like a year or two down the road, I come back to it and I'm like, you know what? I think I just wasn't wanting that fragrance at the time.
Right.
But actual tuxedo, the clones don't, they can get around 80, 85%, but
Mm-hmm.
that 10, 15% difference is really huge with a fragrance like
Right.
tuxedo.
Right. So Scent Bubble, what's your wait, is it your go? I think it is
Yeah,
your go.
yes, it is.
Okay.
What
So
what what you want, Trey?
let me get I don't know. I see right there in the front. I see that moth. It looked like our moth.
Is it this one?
Nope. That
This one?
yeah, that Club D Nuit. I think that's what it looked like.
So this is your inspiration of Millesime Imperial from Creed,
Okay.
and this is Club de Nuit Milestone.
Mmm. I heard of that one. I never got my nose on it, but I've heard of it.
So a lot of people reference some other fragrances like Nitro Red is a
Mm-hmm.
very popular one that people point to about a watermelon fragrance.
Yeah.
What I love about this watermelon fragrance is I would never normally wear watermelon. Like
Right.
I'm a 36-year-old man. The idea of me smelling like watermelon just sounds crazy.
Right.
But they use a lot of vetiver and amber and
Mm-hmm.
C notes
Mm-hmm.
to make this doesn't smell like a fresh sliced open watermelon. This
Right.
smells like somebody took chunks of watermelon in a pan and they were gonna make like um a watermelon glaze for some chicken or something.
Okay.
Like it's
Okay.
warm, it's ambery, it's sophisticated. This is the number one yacht fragrance.
Oh, so it's a very rich
So this
scent.
this is luxury pool party. If you're in LA and you're by a beach, you're by the
Ooh.
water, you're at a pool party, you're grilling hot dogs, you're at a five-star resort, you're having drinks at the bar, you
Yeah.
put you unbutton your shirt with this fragrance, you got your swim trunks on, and they think you've got the Phantom Ghost out in the parking lot ready to take off.
Ooh.
Anytime I wear this fragrance, I was at a five-star resort.
Yeah.
It was about $400 or $500 a night, and
Jeez.
I was wearing this everywhere, and
Yeah.
and all the doors were open, so the wind is just like,
Yeah.
and bro, it was throwing this fragrance like a frisbee at everybody, and everybody I walked by was like, oh, oh, oh. It was like, when a fragrance smells so good, you don't even look for people's reaction. You just know they reacting. Like you almost bored of the reactions.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about this fragrance is projection and longevity.
Hmm.
It's soft on the nose, but it's beast mode in the air. Meaning,
Okay.
if you wear a fragrance like Lattafa Assad or Sauvage Elixir,
Hmm.
it roars across the room.
Roars. Yeah, it does.
This fragrance can hit you from 6 to 8 feet away, but in the softest trail possible.
Uh
So I
huh.
love it because it's got that long projection and that long distance, but because it's so luxurious and ambery,
Right.
it's a smoother hit across the room. Put it this way, the
Hmm.
scent trail is the magic of this fragrance, not the projection. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Wherever
Yeah.
you're walking, whoever's behind you is getting hit like crazy. Like, who was just in this room? Not
Right.
necessarily like I'm sitting right here and you're getting hit from across. No, it's wherever
Hmm.
I go, the fragrance goes with me. So,
Yeah.
obviously, Millesime Imperial from Creed is incredible to me. I just think for a fresh, fruity, citric, luxury style to that
Right.
fragrance, I think you really should have the original. But if you can't afford the original, when we talk about the inspiration world, This is one of the ones that sells probably just as much as pretty much anything out there, because not only is it affordable, but as far as projection, longevity, and the luxuriness of the scent, this gets heavy play.
Okay.
This gets heavier play than any of the other clones from CDN outside of Intense Man. So after Intense Man is this. This beats Iconic. This beats Sillage. This beats the BR540 rendition of Untold.
Yeah.
This beats Club de Nuit for women. And I love all those fragrances. But as far as this one, if you're on a yacht, if you're on a boat, if there's water anywhere, I don't care if you got your sink on in your house, you put this on.
Yeah.
You put this on, dude. I'm telling you, she's gonna give you her number. You know, when you talk to a girl, if you're trying to play it safe, you're gonna ask for her Instagram, right?
Oh yeah.
Ain't nobody not. You know, if she don't give you her Instagram, she really not feeling you.
Yeah.
But this is where you're gonna be like, "Do you have an Instagram?" And she's gonna be like, "Well, yeah, but let me just give you my number." And you like, "Well, yeah, do that right now."
No, that's fast. Yo, that's fast.
Whatever you got to do. I don't care. I don't care if you go in luxury or whatever. If you can't afford luxury, knock it down and go this. They ain't even gonna know the difference.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Sally Knows It All in the chat. Salute.
Philly, stand up. I repeat, Philly, stand up.
But yeah, though, because I got a couple Club de Nuit, like you just said, I got the Untold and the Intense Man, but I don't have that Milestone. I'm not gonna lie, that one might be on the next.
This is your fragrance. This is your fragrance. Trust me.
I'm gonna have to get that.
Out of everything in the line trade, this one would speak to you the most, no question.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to see what that's about. And like you said, when you said about the watermelon fragrance, man, like this one right here. This Dumont Nitro Pour Home, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This one, I really didn't buy this. This one actually was a gift, to me. But I like this scent. I feel like this scent right here is a very, you come off with watermelon right off the bat. It's fruity. You get a kind of like a touch of freshness in there a little bit. But this scent is not, I wouldn't say it's decent to me, but I don't know. It's kind of really not my style. You know what I mean? Like it's really not my style.
I would say for people trying to figure out the difference between Nitro Red and Milestone, Nitro Red is very playful.
Yeah.
And this right here is playful only because it has a watermelon note. Like you can recognize that and it feels low key. Oh, yeah. But the luxury to this fragrance bumps it up where it's like, yeah, he's playful, but I want to go to his hotel right now. So we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah. W Stream. Appreciate it, Bryce. Appreciate it. But yeah, though, it's my go, right?
It's your go, man. Round 3 on you.
All right, let's do it. All right, so this one is actually, a sample, because I do have a lot of designer in my collection. I do have a lot of designer, but this one right here, I definitely like this Jimmy Choo Man Blue. I like this Jimmy Choo Man Blue because it's like you say, it's a airy, fresh, like a cool breeze on a summer day. You know what I mean? Like you at a beach. It's very soft. It's not really, strong at all. It doesn't come off harsh, anything, nothing like that. But this Jimmy Choo is actually my favorite Jimmy Choo, to be honest. I feel like, to me, it's better than the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Toilette. It's way better to me. But
is it better than Ice?
I haven't got my nose on that. So as of right now, is this one. as of right now for me. But I haven't got my nose on ice. They say the ice is actually pretty good too, but I like this blue, man. I like this blue. I love, a good, nice, airy, fresh, little bit of citrus with some kind of like little fruity touch on the side a little bit. But that Jimmy Choo Man Blue, I definitely got to rock with that as one of my
Yeah.
versatile scents, because that's saying I could just go out. You know what I mean? Like I don't got to do too much. I'm just going in a couple stores. You know what I mean? Like just going out, going to a couple places. And call it a day. That's it.
Yeah.
But this definitely one of my go-to scents for sure. Definitely one of my go-to scents.
Jimmy, what I respect about Jimmy Choo fragrances in the designer world is they always feel expensive.
Yeah.
For some reason, it doesn't matter if you're trying Jimmy Choo Intense, Ice Blue. There's layers to the fragrance that make it feel a little more expensive compared to the other designers.
Right.
I always stay with some Jimmy Choo Man if I'm going. I usually use it for like business, but
Oh
but
yeah, that too. Yeah.
but Jimmy Choo kind of has the same sophistication as like L'Homme, La Nuit de L'Homme from YSL.
Right.
Like it's just got that little different facets to it that don't make it feel
Mm-hmm.
linear. And so
Right.
even with their blue fragrance, you still get kind of that Jimmy Choo complexity that feels
Mm-hmm.
a little bit above the other designers in a lot of ways.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
DJ said, "Dang, you got Scent Bubble in here." Yeah, man. Shout out to Scent Bubble. Scent Bubble, man. Make sure y'all go show love to his channel, guys. Go subscribe to his channel, man. Definitely, like he actually the first person I met coming into this YouTube, bro. Like, definitely my mentor for sure. Like, bro, really put me on game on everything for sure. But yeah, though.
Hey man, appreciate that. Hey,
Yes,
listen,
sir.
man. So I'm gonna let you, since it's round four, I'm gonna let you pick the next one, bro. What you want?
Ooh, okay. I don't know why, but that looked like a Nishio bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That white one right there. What's that? Is that Latafa?
So this is again, when I made this lineup, I wanted to pick super expensive fragrances you can't buy. I
Right.
wanted to pick super affordable fragrances you can buy. And when it comes to this fragrance, rather than bringing the original out, I wanted to bring the affordable option for your audience.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can go there if you want me to pull out some Initio. But
Oh yeah. Oh.
um, this to me is in the top three as well for best 2024 release in the inspiration category. This
Okay.
looks like Lattafa's Honor and Glory,
It
but
does. I was
it
thinking
is
about
not Honor and Glory. That's a creme brulee, soft white floral, sweet creme
that.
brulee,
Mm-hmm.
extra sweet fragrance. This is Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. Don't worry that it
Mm.
says oud. There's no oud in it. There's not
Okay.
oud in like 90% of perfumery anyway. But as far as the name, there's no oud in this fragrance. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc from Fragrance World. And
Mm.
this is cloning Initio's Musk Therapy.
Right.
And to me, I can probably count on my hands how many fragrances perfectly clone a fragrance. And this is one of
Mm-hmm.
them. This is a
Mm.
10 out of 10 S tier clone where when you smell this, you will forget the phrase Initio Must
Yeah.
Therapy because, and believe it or not, I went to Neiman Marcus about 6 months ago
Mm-hmm.
and I tried the entire Initio line. And I was surprised because a lot of people talk about Side Effect and Atomic Rose and
Yeah.
psychedelic or aphrodisiac,
Mm-hmm.
psychedelic love, um, even Paragon. There's a lot of popular fragrances that people talk about, but to me,
Mm-hmm.
the only one I actually would have bought when I went there was Musk Therapy, and so
Right.
I had the lady give me a sample to take home, and then
Mm-hmm.
I put on to this fragrance right before I was going to get a full bottle at the time. Now, since we're in niche only, I picked up a lot of bottles, but
Yeah.
at the time when I picked this up, my mind was blown. In the same way people's minds are blown when they found out about Club de Nuit Intense Man years ago and said, "Oh my gosh, this gives me the feel of Creed Aventus. This is a 1-to-1 perfect, no need to even say the name Initio anymore, clone of Musk Therapy. And in the entire Initio lineup, I believe Musk Therapy is the most versatile fragrance from the whole lineup, because Initio fragrances normally are extremely heavy and extremely tailored towards date night or serious occasions, because the projection, sillage, and performance is monstrous for most of their fragrances. But then you come across this fragrance and you have light, white, airy, slight powdery florals. And for young people, don't be intimidated by that, because there's a ton of musk. This is all the best of the best white florals in a basket with tons of musk. It's that simple. It's heavenly. It's majestic. I would say it's either perfectly unisex or unisex slight masculine leaning due to the heavy musk. But you can literally, let me tell you this, Trey. I have one of the most beautiful wives in the United States of America. I don't know if you knew that. I have one of the most beautiful wives in the United States of America. Let's just put it that way. Okay?
Yeah.
God really did his thing when he put her in my life.
Yeah.
My wife's very hard to please, and I've got an insane amount of fragrances. When I put this on, the next day when I'm wearing a different fragrance, she'll say, well, why aren't you wearing yesterday's fragrance? If I haven't worn this in a while, she'll say, babe, why haven't you been wearing that white bottle I've been telling you about? When I get in the car and I'm wearing this, she goes, oh, okay. Yeah, you're wearing what I love, right? Thank you. My wife melts to this fragrance right here.
So any other fragrances in your collection, just only that one?
Oh no, there's fragrances that my wife loves, but I would say currently in my journey, out of all my fragrances, there's a difference between when she says I smell good and babe, why aren't you wearing that fragrance? It's a difference. That type of fragrance, there's a handful in my collection that really, but this was the first. This was the first where she said, this is all you need to wear. Don't wear anything else. This is what I want on you right now. So if you can get original Musk Therapy, it is totally worth the money, but you really don't need to. This doesn't even kind of get you there. This is Initio Musk Therapy in a bottle, and it's about $30 to $35. You can only get it on tripletraders.com. Only. But it is Fragrance World's Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, BLANC. 10 out of 10, probably in my top 5 best clones in my entire collection currently. And anyone who's bought this off of my recommendation, there's about 10, 15 people who've bought this after seeing me talk about it, have all personally DM'd me and told me they're so grateful that I gave them this fragrance, because nothing in their collection smells like this. And it truly is a 1-to-1 clone. A lot of people say 1-to-1, and it's not. It's like 90, 95%. This is truly 1-to-1.
Yeah. Okay.
Extremely versatile. Any occasion.
Yeah. So like, could you wear that so it doesn't matter any occasion, just any occasion. It doesn't even matter.
You can wear it to bed. You can wear it in the shower. You can wear it on a date. You can wear it to school. You can wear it lifting weights. You can wear it while you're reading a book. You can wear it while you're buying a car. You can wear it while you're winning the lottery. I don't care. You can wear it. You can put it in your coffin as they bury you underground, and the ground will thank you for wearing that scent. You can wear it anywhere.
No, that ground part got me. I'm sorry, that ground part got me. that was funny.
Just trust me.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to check that one out though, for sure. I'm definitely gonna check that one out.
White florals are very hard to make masculine. And I'm not going to tell you that this is the most masculine fragrance I've ever had because it's a white floral fragrance, but it's the most masculine you're ever going to get with white florals. And
Mm-hmm.
it's got that sweet powderiness that women love. So
Right.
it almost gives the same feel as Dior Homme Intense when you first smell it and you smell the powder and the iris and the sexiness to it.
Right.
Like that, but in the white floral category, so it's much softer. Dior Homme
Right.
Intense is a very heavy fragrance.
Yeah.
It's extremely floral, it's extremely sweet, and it
Sweet.
does smell like a cosmetic bag, makeup. You
Right.
don't get the makeup with this fragrance. It's way more versatile than that, but it's got the
Mm-hmm.
same texture as that fragrance, so women absolutely love it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So another one I got as a versatile fragrance is Scent Bubble. You put me on this one too. This
Ah,
Mahir Legacy, bro. This Mahir Legacy, bro. I kid you not, man. Scent Bubble, bro. Yo, he got the full bottle. Yo, hey, you put me on this one right here, man. You put me. Oh, it's like it's a, it's a nice, fresh. Like you get frankincense, you get a fresh spicy in there. It's kind of hard to describe this scent because it's like a, I don't know, like it's like a metallic,
I'm gonna
I would say more earthy, like
I'm
an
gonna describe it
earthy.
perfectly for you, Trey. You
Yeah.
see this metal right here?
Yeah.
Imagine me cracking open a 7 Up
Okay.
and I'm pouring a 7 Up on this metal.
Right.
I'm pouring 7 Up, which is lemon and lime, on metal, and
Mm-hmm.
it has a little bit of mint and a little bit of frankincense.
Mm.
It is basically a metallic 7 Up with
Mm.
some incense and mint. I always tell people, a lot of people don't drink, but it smells exactly like a mojito. So the way I describe it to adults is I say
Right.
it's like taking a mojito, pouring it on a sheet of metal, and that's what it
Mm.
smells like, rain falling on a sheet of metal
Oh
with a
yeah.
mojito. So it's got this lemon, this lime, this metallic, this wetness, this mint, and then it just smells sophisticated. It says in
Right.
the bottle.
Like this, when I tell you, man, this scent, bro, like I've gotten so many compliments with this scent, but ever since you put me on, I've gotten so many compliments. Literally, I can wear this to like a wedding. I can wear this to like a walk in the park. You know what I mean? Like wear this anywhere. It does not matter. Now, in my opinion, I wouldn't probably would have recommended uh me personally, probably like going out to eat, maybe. But I'm not gonna lie, this scent right here, it's like it's just so beautiful, man. Like I admire this fragrance, like I really do. Now I admire a lot of my fragrances, but this one I admire. I still got a full bottle of this. Like it's still full. Like no lie, I've been trying to save this bad boy. No cap. I've been
The
trying to
thing that
save this
people
baby.
don't
This
realize
bad
about this is one of those rare occasions where Sedley Parfums de Marly Sedley smells fresher than this,
boy. Mm-hmm.
but because it's fresher, it doesn't project as much and it doesn't last as long.
Right.
So this is one of the rare cases where I would actually recommend this over the original because
Mm-hmm.
even though you get a slightly fresher fragrance with Sedley,
Right.
most people don't care as much about freshness as they do performance. So the
Right.
fact that you can put this on and get 8 to 10 hours is, and with great projection. It's not just a
Oh yeah.
fragrance that projects for an hour or two. You will
Right.
smell it on you all day. I will sacrifice the freshness for the performance I get in this fragrance. And that's why a lot of people like Club de Nuit Intense Man over Aventus because
Yeah.
Aventus smells a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit fresher, but
Mm-hmm.
Club de Nuit Intense Man has 12 plus hours of nuclear performance. And most
Right.
people want to put their fragrance on in the morning and go to
Right.
sleep at night still smelling the fragrance. So
Right.
uh, this is this is a great fragrance. And I think another reason why it's so successful is
Mm-hmm.
because it gives you a Gucci guilty feel A lot of Gucci fragrances are metallic leaning.
Yeah.
And it's a better take on the metallic fragrance because that lime and that mint and that frankincense gives the metallic feel character. There's nothing worse than buying a metallic designer fragrance that just smells like lemons and metal. It's boring. We're over that. In 2025, we're over with that.
I was just going to say that. It's 2025 now.
It's 2025. We're not impressed anymore with citrus and metal. We need something else. So that's why I think going with lime instead of lemon gives it a little character. Then they went with the mint to give it a little more lift. And it has a little bit of a luxury feel to it, and it's got monstrous performance. So for $15 to $20, this is that was a great pick, Trey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, man. What you want from me, bro?
Let's do it. All right. Let's see.
Let me get the ones out of the way that you've already picked.
Okay.
So we have a couple more left in here.
Oof. Let me get that. Let's see. That blue one. That Roja. I think that's what it's called.
Sure.
All right.
So, this is from Roja Parfums, and this is Oceania.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cap, guys. This fragrance is expensive. This fragrance. You might want to call your mom. You might want to call your girlfriend. Whoever loves you the most, you might want to call them and let them know you like this fragrance. And Christmas is coming up. Can you mow someone's lawn? Can you watch their kids? Can you work overtime? This is an expensive fragrance, but let's put money out of the equation right now because it's about the fragrance. Guys, this is the best ocean fragrance I've ever smelled.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe this to you in some ways because when I say ocean, you think water and sea salt.
Right.
No.
Not that.
Imagine that you were on a yacht and you're in the middle of nowhere in the water, right?
Right.
And you know you're on $1 million yacht.
Right.
So everything you see is money. All you see is dollar signs. When you go to the bathroom, you open the handle, you're like, that handle was probably $1,000. Just a little gold handle to get into the bathroom. The napkins have a little more texture. The towels are really plush. The drinks are really expensive. The steering wheel on the boat costs more than your car, right?
Yeah.
So you're on this boat and you are living a dream. It's not reality. You're like, where am I? This is crazy. And the captain says, bro, jump in the water. And you're like, bro, what? We're in the middle of the ocean. He's like, I know, this is my island. Jump in the water. And you go and jump in the water and you realize that the water is made of ice cold lemonade. and so you jump in the water and you're like, oh my gosh, like yo, is this ocean made out of lemonade? They're like, yeah, it's my ocean. It's man-made. It's not real. Like, we swim in an ocean made out of so anyway, I say that to say to like get you in the mind of what this fragrance might smell like. So if the ocean was made of a very light lemonade that had limes cut in it, maybe some cherries or passion fruit, some kind of other sweet citrus. It has a slightly sweet, slightly citrus glaze over an oceanic windy feel. So it's got this wind gust over the freshest ocean, but that ocean is made out of citrus and a little bit of sweetness. It's like sweet citric air.
Ooh.
That's what this fragrance smells like. But it smells so expensive that you have to add the yacht into the story because it smells like when you're in the boat flying over the water and water's splashing up because you guys are going 100 miles an hour in a yacht across the ocean and that wind is just hitting your face.
Oh yeah.
You smell a gust of wind and water, a gust of citrus, and a gust of like some sweet citrus. So maybe like orange and lime and lemon and like something sweet, like maybe a melon or something. It's just it's a citrus basket of sweet and tart hitting your face with the water. And it's just got so much personality. You can't really call this an aquatic fragrance, or because when you think aquatic, you start thinking like, I don't know, Profondo, or like fragrances that are like mineral water or something like. This is not that. This is like almost like sweet rose water.
So like those is that type of fragrance where okay you be like, all right, I see this fragrance, I'm looking at the name, okay, I'm thinking I'm finna get this what it says, but then all right, you smell it and you just get something completely different.
Yes, but if you think about what this cover looks like, it does smell exactly like these colors.
Okay.
So you smell here. This is the closest way I can explain this to you. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I fill a bathtub up with like a couple inches of cold water, okay? And then I slice up oranges, lemons, and strawberries, and I just slice 100 of each and drop it in that bath water, right? So you got cold bath water with citruses, a little bit of sweetness from the strawberry. And then I turn a fan on in the bathroom. So it's just picking up juices from the fruits and the citrus and the cold water, right?
Okay.
And then I pour white champagne over top of all of it.
Right.
That's this.
Okay. Okay. So what's the price range on that thing?
Trey, I can't tell you.
Is it
if we say the price, nobody will look it up. So you guys just have to go online and look for yourself. And I hope that you can get the best deal possible because it's expensive and I don't want to buzzkill this fragrance. But if you want now this is one thing I will say. I'm finding in the niche world that just because you buy a niche fragrance, if you don't have that many niche fragrances, you have to get fragrances with great performance or you will be so mad. If you have the finances to get a lot of niche fragrances, you may start to care less about performance, but it's really frustrating when you spend $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 on a fragrance and the projection dies off and the performance is not great. This fragrance does not have the most insane performance. You do have to lather yourself with this fragrance on skin to make it go. But one of those fragrances that when you smell it, you will not smell another fragrance like it. It gives you a feel like let me tell you something. You know how much I talked about this one, right?
Right.
Anything by water, you put this on and you will turn heads.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker. If this guy walks by this guy, she will forget your name. So you can get tons of play with this fragrance, but if two people are wearing these and she smells this guy, he has way more money than this guy. This is Big Bank Take Lil Bank. But as long as this guy doesn't show up, you will feel like the richest guy in the room.
Oh, that's a good way of explaining it. That's a good way. That's a great way of explaining it.
So I would say please decant this. This is totally worth a travel spray at bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this, due to the light projection and performance, it almost makes total sense to get a travel spray, because when you're going to be near water, or when you're going to be in a luxurious place where you want to smell like the most expensive ocean water possible,
right,
pulling this fragrance out makes a lot of sense. As a 100 ml bottle, you will be upset just due to the performance. But if you have it, you will have a scent that no one has, and anyone with an aquatic fragrance you will eat for breakfast.
right.
This is very special. Anybody who's smelled this has fallen in love, both men and women. It's one of those perfectly unisex fragrances where you
Mm-hmm.
can't say it's masculine or feminine leaning. It's a
Right,
it's a scent that has no gender.
right,
So
right.
that's the
Okay.
great thing about it is, as a man, you will feel like a man. As a woman, you will feel like a woman. It's a perfect complementary fragrance, ocean water in a bottle. At least try that once in your life, because it'll
Yeah.
inspire you. Wow, there's fragrances out there that smell like this. This is niche perfumery.
Right. Okay. 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 I'm not gonna lie. My last one, I have to go with this one right here, which this is definitely an original, of course, but YSL EDP. I like the green apple note in here, which I do have a lot of. You know what? Hold on. You know what? Hey, Scent Bubble, could I change that real quick?
Yeah.
I just saw something that caught my eye. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Let me go ahead and go back here. Let me go ahead and go back here. Let me see. This one right here.
Coach for Men?
The Eau de Parfum, bro. The Eau de Parfum. Now, I like what they did with this DNA, but it kind of has that Dior Sauvage Elixir nuance to this scent. Because you get like that same, I would say that same kind of, how can I put it, like that same push as Dior Sauvage Elixir,
Yeah.
but it switches up. This one, it has a rose to it, which I love rose. That's one of my favorite notes. I love rose. You do get like fresh in the opening. So it's nice, clean, with
It's
the
amazing.
freshness, and it's more richer and dense than the OG. You know what
100%.
I mean? It's more rich than the OG. So I definitely have to go with this one as my last pick right here. I'm not gonna lie, like this Coach, I love this Coach. I love it.
I
It's,
love the reason I love Coach so much is they put vetiver in the base. My
yeah,
favorite saying, vetiver in the base puts a smile on your face. There's something here's what's crazy. It's hard to, like, if I put 10 people in a room and have them smell a vetiver forward fragrance,
right,
only 3 out of 10 people will absolutely love it, and those 3 people will absolutely love it, but the other 7 will be like, I don't understand this note.
right,
But when you put vetiver in the base of a fragrance and you tuck it,
right,
everybody loves it.
right,
It sophisticates a fragrance. It's oftentimes not meant to steal the show. It's just meant
right.
to give depth to a fragrance.
Oh yeah,
And you can
yeah,
tell with Coach for Men, it has a sophistication to it,
yeah.
and it's because of the vetiver. Um, Vetiver just puts a unique.
I'm not
It,
gonna lie, because vetiver, I feel like vetiver is a very much underrated note.
it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's very underrated. I feel like it's not talked about enough because I feel like vetiver adds masculine to it, like to a fragrance. You know, I love vetiver. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, like, and I really don't have too much of vetiver fragrance, but this, bro,
I
like,
guarantee you that over 50% of your collection has vetiver in it. It's just not a
yeah,
star note.
right, right. Say it's probably like maybe like a bass note, kind of.
Always. You will always, all your favorite fragrances have vetiver in the base. Your YSLs, your Coach, every Coach fragrance, everything that you have that has your Jimmy Choo, all of those fragrances have vetiver in the base. It's not meant to be smelled as a note. It's meant to be felt.
Yeah.
The feeling that vetiver gives is depth.
Right.
If you can smell literal vetiver, I find that vetiver is not a mass appealing note. It's just meant, it's almost like when you're making a cake.
Yeah.
You don't want to taste eggs, but egg is a vital part of what makes the cake moist and good. So you feel the egg in the cake being moist, but eggs by themselves aren't that great.
Nah,
right? Like, you don't want to eat a raw egg. So in the same way with vetiver, you feel it in a fragrance because it makes things feel richer.
Yeah.
But by itself, it can be very intimidating.
Yeah. Nah, facts. That's true. Right
but
there.
It's probably in most of your fragrances. I can guarantee you. Great choice. I love that choice. Super versatile.
Oh yeah. I can wear that to like I ain't gonna lie, this scent is like I can wear this if a billionaire invited me to like his mansion. You know, he finna show me his cars. You know what I mean? Like this man got a Bugatti Chiron Sport or something like that, like a whole Pagani Carrera BC. Like this scent is definitely something I'll wear to like that. It kind of reminds me of that, you know, like a billionaire just invited me to his mansion, you know, seeing his yacht, a whole, you know what I mean? Like this man got a whole movie theater in his house. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I love that, man. I love that.
Smells like money.
Yeah, money. Hey, that's it. That's it. I'm trying to get to that money and smell like money. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Great choice, Trey.
Yes, sir. So like, let me pick that. Let me see. What's that? What's that one back there? What's that one back there?
Which one? This one. This one. This one.
The first one that you picked. The first one.
This one?
Nah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a great affordable option for y'all. So this fragrance only costs $20, $19.99.
Mm-hmm.
This is Bentley for Men Black Edition.
Ooh. Okay.
Now, this is the best way I can describe this fragrance for you guys. If you smelled Creed Aventus or any clones of Creed Aventus, and the reason you don't like it is because you don't actually love pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't love pineapple, you cannot love Aventus or the clones because it is just pineapple and lemon bomb.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody who's like, man, I love what's going on in Aventus, but I don't love pineapple enough to be projecting this loud pineapple. This. This is basically Creed Aventus, but instead of pineapple and lemon, they put mandarin orange.
Ooh. So is it more
picture airy, crisp mandarin orange, and you get all the sophistication, the slight smokiness, the woods, as you get in Creed Aventus or any of the clones, but it's got completely mandarin orange, sun-kissed style mandarin orange at the top. It's I call this fragrance Young Money.
Okay.
This is if you're somebody between the age of 16 and 25, maybe even 16 to 30, this smells like you are an entrepreneur and your business is about to make you $1 million this year.
Yo, you know what that kind of remind me of? I do have another Bentley in here too. Bentley Azure for Men. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like this one, you get like a nice. Hold on, let me spray it on the texture real quick. But I love Bentley fragrance, man. For their fragrance to be, affordable, I love it. Smells like money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It smells like $100
It
fragrance.
smells like what men want to be.
Yeah.
If you're a young man and you smell anything from Bentley, it's the man you want to become.
Facts.
Bentley is manhood in a bottle, but it visits all the different facets: the metallic, the aquatic, the herbal, the citric, fragrance for every category of I'm a young man wanting to be a grown man out in the world.
Right. And this one you get a lot of fresh citrus. You get like a mandarin orange, some lemon with some woody accords in there. And this scent is very nice. But the only problem I have with this scent, it really doesn't last that long on my skin. But
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind reapplying some more on, because this scent right here is definitely something that I can wear
With
just to
Bentley,
step
you
out.
have to get used to spraying 10 to 12 sprays directly on skin and not on clothes.
Right.
Um, if you go 10 to 12 sprays on skin, you could probably always get about 4 to 6 hours and nothing beyond that. And it's
Hmm.
also a fragrance that, because it has such a beautiful opening, you kind of want to get in the habit of spraying it as a travel spray. And
Yeah.
once you get to about 1, 2 o'clock, hitting yourself again with it.
Yeah. So
But oh,
somebody said, oh yeah, somebody said, how's that a mirror lying on your table?
yeah,
I know.
so Leo, this Amir Celestial, we talked about it at the start of the episode, so feel free to drag your little cursor to the beginning, because this was the first one we talked about. This is Amir Celestial cloning Ganymede, and it's an amazing versatile scent. 10 out of 10, 20, $25 anywhere you find it. It's a great scent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How long it lasts in your body? Giovanni. I know with this one, it gives me about a good. It's kind of hard to say, because I feel like you may get an hour of projection of it, an hour or two of projection, then it becomes a skin scent. So it's like it stays on skin, even though nobody else can smell you within, that hour of it projected. It becomes a skin scent, and you can only just smell it on your skin. So, like the scent bubble say, man, I'm just gonna have to spray 10 sprays. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Get used to doing it.
Yeah. With any Bentley fragrance outside of Bentley for Men Intense,
Yeah.
get in the habit of putting 10 to 12 sprays on skin. Like when you get out of the shower, hit your body with like 8 in the front and maybe 4 in the back. And
Right.
put it on your arms, your clavicle, your back, you know what I'm saying? Really get it
Yeah.
going. And also, if you don't want to spray heavy, you can
Hmm.
do 4 to 6 sprays, but then just put it in a travel spray and put that in your pocket. Once you
Right.
get through the day, re-hit yourself with 6 to 8 sprays. Um, this is the thing, guys. When you pay $20 to $25 for a fragrance, especially a fresh, versatile fragrance, you'd be lucky to get. There's only a few fragrances in the world that can give you 6 to 8 hours of performance as a fresh fragrance. Mahir Legacy was one of them that we talked about. Milestone is another one. But when it comes to Bentley specifically, you're only going to get 3 to 4 hours of performance if you're spraying your 8 sprays. So I know that sounds really crazy to hit yourself with 10 to 12 sprays, but once you spend 2 minutes outside and it settles down, you won't even realize you sprayed that much, and it'll settle down. Or just travel spray it up, see what works for you. But the
Right.
fact that you have to reapply totally makes it worth the 20 to $25 you pay, because
Hmm.
for that money you really do get a sophisticated fragrance that feels like a $150 fragrance.
Right. Nah, that's true right there. That's definitely facts. That is definitely facts. But yeah, Scent Bubble, man. Hey, I'm glad you came. That you took the time out to come join me in this episode of Fragrance University, man. I'm definitely thankful, man, because I was like, you know what? I have to get the Scent Bubble in this, man. I was like, he has to be a part of this. He
You have
has to. So, man. So, Scent Bubble, is there anything you want to say before? You know?
Absolutely. Listen, thank you for having me. Um, make sure, guys, that you follow Trey. He loves fragrances. He talks about fragrances all the time. He's always interested in bringing a lot of value to the community. He really appreciates every sub that comes his way. He's really a real one. He's not just in it for clickbait. He really
Oh yeah.
loves the fragrance game, and so he's worth every bit of follow that you guys have. And he tries to be as consistent as possible. So I fully support that, and that's what
Oh
drew me
yeah.
to this channel. Trey, I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Got your head on your shoulders. You got a great hobby that you're into with this fragrance stuff, and any way that you want to grow and stuff like that, I'm always continue to support anything you got going for the channel, and continue
Yes,
to
sir.
build your audience up.
Yes, sir. So before we end this, y'all, I do want to say, man, go sub to the Scent Bubble, guys. I've literally been watching this man like ever since before he even started the channel. Like, no lie, like, man, I remember that time, man, when you was like, you were gonna start your channel. I was like, man, let's go, let's do this, Scent Bubble. You got this. Now, fast forward year later, bro, this man literally got almost 3,000 subscribers, bro. Like, definitely, he came a long way, man. Hardworking, grinder, doing 3 vids a day. I'm talking notifications through my phone, like going crazy. So, guys, make sure y'all go sub to him, follow him, Instagram. Hey, support my boy, man. He definitely been going crazy with his channel. So, yeah, man. Hey, Scent Bubble, glad you came on here to take the time. So yeah, next time, Scent Bubble. Next time, I got you. And I'm probably gonna have something else going on too. In the future, because I am thinking about something else. So I'm gonna hit you up on that one too. I'm gonna hit you up on that too.
Anything you need, I got you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But all right, Scent Bubble, you take it easy now. Peace.
Peace, guys. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys. Successful episode, guys. Successful episode. Yeah, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Trust me, I am gonna put out some more content for you guys. So, W episode. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, guys, man, I really appreciate y'all. And it's your boy Trey Fragrance. And I'll see y'all next live.